Hello, everybody. Welcome to Drive Thru. I'm your host, Tony T. As we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel throughout social media. We're going to get you out here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets into the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the Drive Thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's over live free sports picks for games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and at Sports Chat Place. So let's go ahead. Let's take a look at who's on the show here with us for today. All right, Wes Davis back on the Drive Thru. Javon Burtz is back. We got Brian Bittler, Jay Briggs, Brett Francis, and it's Rod Zawacki. And here's how the lineup for this evening. We got Briggs, Francis, Burtz, Bittler, Zawacki, and then I will close this one out. All right, excited to hear about this show today. We got college football on the board. Lots of games for a Friday night. 4 games on the board. Baseball, we had that Cubs get the win, 6-0. Much needed win. As they've been on a down spiral here, but they see if they can right the ship here against the Rockies, who gave them trouble when they were in Colorado last week. But we got 14 on the board for Major League Baseball as we're hitting the stretch run. Just 2 more weekends left of the regular season because a week from Tuesday we start the wild card round of the playoffs. So looking forward to that. Let's get the show underway. Let's welcome in Jay Briggs. We'll catch him over at Pick Dog Stream. We'll bring Jay in right now. Ready to roll with Jay. Jay, what's happening?
Tony T, what's happening?
Things going great. All right, here we go. Tonight, Mets and Phillies going head-to-head. We see the Phillies favored here with a total of 9.
Yeah, it's no secret. I'm on my guy. Y'all know I got a list of guys, my favorite pitchers in Major League Baseball, and this guy's definitely on that list in Taijuan Walker. His last 2 outings weren't his best, but I'm expecting a bounce back. A lot of guys give him the nickname Second Half Walker, and like I said, it's come true in these last 2 games. But overall, over the course of the season, man, this guy has been nothing but straight money. And with the Mets on the other side, a team that I've already stuck a fork in, I see the Phillies stacking a comfortable win here. I'm looking at laying the run line with the Phillies. I just think this is one of those games in Philadelphia on a Friday night. McGill on the mound. We see a Bryce Harper home run. We just see the Phillies kind of act up as they're on their way to the postseason. This is the time of year we saw them heat up last year, go on the run, and hell, it led them all the way to the World Series. I don't know if they got that same run in them this year, but it is the second half of the year. They got the better starting option, the better offense, and I expect them to show out on a Friday night at home.
All right, Jay says go here. Phillies, the run line, lay the run and a half. You now already see now plus 131 here, sharpest book in the world system. Run line plus price there here on this Phillies team. Hopefully they just got to get their hitting going here. Of course, Walker, as you said, steady here, although he has been kind of roughed up over his past 3 starts.
Yeah, like I said, his last 2 weren't the best, but I'm expecting a bounce back from this guy. Before those 2 rough starts, man, this guy was like absolutely in that zone. I want to say like 8 or 9 straight wins, like one of the best stretches of his career. And I think if there's a team that you get back in the groove against, it's the New York Mets.
Yeah, that's right. All right, here we go. Jay here, Phillies, they're running half, plus 122 at home here against the Mets. This one to have a start time here of 7 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for tonight's action. Of course, it is a lot of baseball tonight. 4 games on the board here from college football. Jay doing great work here in college football this year. You see 420 units of profit. That's all documented over at Pick Dog Stream, so you can verify those numbers simply by going over to Jay's handicapper page. They're listed there for you to check out. All right, Jay, heading into a big weekend. What do you have going over at the site?
Hey, man, like you said, huge weekend. We got the best college football Saturday of the year tomorrow. So I'm excited. The best thing to do, guys, I ain't going to lie to y'all, is to hop on a 3-day pass. I usually come on here and tell you about the plays that I got, and I'm going to do that here in a second. But the best bang, get all my plays for the weekend, college football, baseball, and the NFL. Or hop on something longer, 7-day, 30-day. It's that time of year. We're out of the dog days of summer. But for tonight, I got 3 plays for you guys. I got 2 in college football, and I got 1 in Major League Baseball. In college football, I got the play of the day there, man. We have been red hot. We are 9-2 on that play, last 11. So we're just trying to keep it rolling. You can hop on that play. You can hop on the money-making 3-pack, or you can hop on that 3-day pass and let's kick some butt this weekend.
Yeah, that's right. Kick some butt. It's a big weekend here, guys. Get on board here with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs Premium. As you can see here, the great results from Jay here in college football. Lots of action coming up this week. As he said, very popular seller right now is that 3-day all sports pass. You can get the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday action. Now we got to have those picks in early for Monday. So a lot of times you get that Monday game in there, Monday game as well, because we got to have the games in on Sunday night for the following day. So it actually turns into 4 days there when you get that that 3-day all sports pass. So include that Monday Night Football game in there. Of course, you could use that promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. There's a lot of options out there. 3 days, 7 days, 30 days. You make the choice, but get on board with Jay. You see him on Pick Dogs on the channel. Does great work, well researched as well. All right, Jay, it's always great having you show. Continue that great work here on Pick Dogs, and we're on with the picks. We'll catch up with you next week, but you got a lot going on. You got your NFL live show, NFL rundown. We can catch you here on the weekends as well.
Man, yeah, you're right. A lot going on for me here at Pick Dogs, but I absolutely love it. You can catch me tomorrow and Sunday hosting the weekend show, bringing in all the guys, added a very important piece back to the show. I can't wait to chop it up with him tomorrow and Jovan Burtz, but it's going to be a lot of fun bringing in all the best handicappers on the planet, talking some college football, and talking some NFL on Sunday. So make sure you guys are tuned in. We got a ton of work we already did already this week as well, from the NFL show with me, Big Al, and Mitch, the college football show those guys shot. So just a lot of content. I shot plenty of NFL shows this past weekend, talking with a plethora of the guys here from Pick Dogs. So check out all that content. I'll have my jam session actually going through all the games myself, dropping tomorrow. So a ton of great content here at Pick Dogs, man. Make sure you hop on it and let's make some money.
Yeah, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications so when those videos drop, those live shows drop, you get on board. And of course, the views are going to be going up. You know who's back in the house, so get on board there. Jay Briggs. All right, Jay, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again next week.
Yes, sir, Tony T. I'll see you on Monday.
You got it. Jay Briggs here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on here on the show. Up next, Brad Francis. Catch him over at Pick Dog Spin. We'll bring Brad in right now. You also catch his video series up here as well with his parlay videos of the day. We'll bring him in right with Brad. Brad, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, Tony? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you as well. All right, here we go. College football tonight. We've got some ACC action. 4 games on the board. This one on ESPN features NC State here on the road at Virginia. And this line has kind of moved around here. We saw the early money come here on the Virginia side, but this is the sharpest book in the world, posting 9s. I'm seeing 8s in a lot of places here. The total sits here at 47.5.
Yeah, and this morning it was at 7.5, so it just keeps jumping up there. But I'm going to lay the points with NC State. Virginia's just awful. They were a team I was going to fade this season before the season even started, and I'm going to keep fading them. We saw them lose to Maryland last week by 28. I don't think this one will be that bad, but I think NC State gets a double-digit win here. Virginia's QB hasn't looked good so far, and this NC State D-line is where their strength is at, so I think they're going to be able to win in the trenches. When it comes to NC State, don't get me wrong, I'm not a huge fan of this team either. I don't like how their offense has looked, but Brennan Armstrong, he's a mobile quarterback. I think he's able to use some of his mobility to create some plays in this one. Virginia has given up at least 450 total yards in each of their games so far this season. So I think this Virginia defense is going to make this mediocre NC State offense actually look good. So I can see this one be ugly to start out, but I think NC State pulls away in the second half for an easy cover.
All right, there we go here on the play here on NC State. Let's take a look here. Actually, I should have looked here at the quarterback situation because we know Muskett's been in question here, whether or not we'd see him in action here. There was a question mark next to him, and I know they've got a freshman behind him here at NC State. And as I look here to get the Muskett, still shows that question. Well, let me refresh, see if there's any update on the Virginia quarterback Muskett. Yeah, Armstrong, we all remember him with Virginia, right? So now it's a little bit of a change now. He's going to be leading NC State. Of course, Armstrong, one good season, one bad season, and when he's been bad, it's been the interceptions.
Yeah, he's a good athlete, but he makes some bad decisions sometimes. Don't get me wrong here, but this could be a revenge game for him. He's on a new team, facing the team he used to be on. So I think he comes out and has a good performance against his former team and a poor defensive team in Virginia.
Yeah, Musket is a transfer from FCS Monmouth and wasn't any great shakes at Tennessee and missed James Madison, missed Maryland. So it looks like it will be a game time decision. Could go to Calandria at quarterback. We'll have to wait till there. But anyway, that's the Virginia quarterback. We know Armstrong's going here. So we could see the backup in here again for Virginia in this spot. Maybe that's why we haven't seen that the sharp book won't take down that 9. There's a lot of 8.5s in the marketplace. Don't get me wrong. I even see a 7.5 in one of the sharp books in offshore. So 2 offshore sharps books are going head to head here, taking a stand here. One posts a 9, the other posts a 7.5. So interesting to see that. You don't see, especially this late before kickoff, you don't often see a point 1.5 variance on a pretty much standalone. I don't want to call it standalone game at this hour. It is a standalone. It's a second game. The first game's at 7 Eastern. This one's 7:30 Eastern. But a 1.5 between two powerhouse offshore books in this one. Interesting to see how these lines here go. But Brad here on the favorite here against Virginia. All right, Brad, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, as you know, we're getting real busy here with baseball, regular season, big college football card, all the NFL teams in action as well. Good start to college football season. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I had a 3-pack up there, but I had the Cubs in it. So that's probably not going to be up there anymore. And then I still have my best play of the day in college football up there. So check that out. And then I have 11 plays that I'm rolling with tomorrow in college football. So I'm locked and loaded, ready to go for tomorrow. I'll probably have 4 to 5 plays in the NFL. So like Jay said, 3-day pass is always great. Or you could team me up with one of these great handicappers we have on Pick Dogs. You know what? Team me up with Tony T. Me and Tony T are going to do big things this weekend. So yeah, just check out my page on pickdogs.com.
That's right, guys. Get aboard with Brad Francis over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the great results here from Brad here in college football. So get on board. Long-term passes will serve you well as well with that 3-day pass. It's very popular to sell that 3-day pass, as you know, right? All the weekend action, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We got to get some Monday in there as well because we have to have the Monday plays in Sunday night. So you guys actually get that bonus day in there with that 3-day pass. So it's a good value there. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. And multi-capper promotion, me and Brad and other cappers as well. So go for it, guys, and use that promo code PICK to save that 15% off. Right, Brad, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you tomorrow. But again, we see the Seminoles back there. They look pretty good this season.
Yes, sir. Yep. I'm super pumped for the game tomorrow. It's the biggest game of the season. And if we win that one, man, we're going undefeated, Tony. So we'll see.
You like it?
I like it. I'm taking FSU minus the 2. That's easy money. You should take it through, Tony.
All right. I'm working on my card here. So he's liking it. That's, and he's Florida State here at 2 right now. And actually, sharpest book in the world has 1.5. So we're seeing money going the other way. But, it's not always the right money. It could be a head fake. You never know. You never know. All right. So, all right, Brad, have a great evening. Of course, let everybody know, of course, your video series we can catch right now over on Pick Dogs.
Yes, sir. Yep, doing the parlay videos every day. So check that out. They post the night before the game, so you can get the plays in nice and early. But, trying to win you guys some money. So go check that out on Pick Dogs YouTube. That's
right. Check it out over on Pick Dogs YouTube and subscribe. Set notifications so when Brad drops those videos, you get them right away. All right, Brad, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right. Thank you, Tony. Have a good weekend.
You as well. Brad Francis here on the Drive Thru. Guys, as always, if you ever miss a pick, we always do a recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the Drive Thru. Let's bring him back. Welcome back to the Drive Thru, Javon Birch. Javon, welcome back.
Hey, what's going on, Tony T? How are you, man?
I'm doing great. We still got your old school graphics, but okay, we'll get those corrected on the next show. So here we go tonight. FS1 has this Mountain West battle between Air Force and San Jose State. We see here an Air Force favorite 6, the total 45.5.
Yeah, man, I'm on Air Force. One of the things about Air Force is that they're good on the trenches and on the defensive end. And I just don't think that San Jose State is going to be able to do anything with Siobhan Cordero. He's prone to give up an interception or 2 in his starts. The thing about this guy is he has all the talent in the world. You just can't put it together. And on the other side of the ball, Air Force with that triple option, they're going to be running down the Spartans' throats all game long. And I just don't think they can stop it. So that's really what my handicapping is on this one. That and the fact that there's a revenge angle on this one, as San Jose State did win 17-6. So I think there's some big payback in this one, even at this number.
All right, there we go. Javon here with Air Force laying the 6 here against San Jose State. Yeah, hard to argue that one. The Air Force has looked really good in that Utah State game, although some will say the schedule's been kind of light here. You face an FCS opponent, then you beat Sam Houston State, which is that was an FCS last year. They went into Utah State and beat that team pretty soundly. I think they were up like 29-0 there after a couple quarters. San Jose State has played kind of a tough schedule, but Cordero, 5.9 yards per attempt. It's been been a struggle. And of course, the Falcons have just dominated this series against San Jose State. But they haven't played. It's funny. I looked at this series. They hadn't played since 2020, which tells me that the Spartans may not be very familiar with this triple option.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be. Quite frankly, and they had a real tough battle in Toledo last week a game where they had their chances to win. But like I said, Cordero, he made costly mistakes when the game, was on the line. And, you just can't have that from your quarterback. And I think that's going to happen in this game. So, it's just one of those things, man.
Yeah, Cordero has not looked as sharp. This Falcons team looks effectively 5.5 yards to carry on the ground, and they're also getting effective quarterback play. That's the key there to their triple option, is when that quarterback really plays well. We've seen a fall off there with Navy, Army, hit or miss, but this Air Force team just seems to get that quarterback right.
Yeah, Zach Larrell, whatever his name is, he doesn't pass too much, but when he does, he usually hits his guy. Case in point, last game against Utah State, he took some deep strikes and connected. I think he went 3 out of 4 for 80 something yards, 84 yards or something like that. So, once you have that, it puts the defense on their heels. You hit a couple of those, now they're looking for the pass. And then that just opens the gaps for those run plays, for those option plays. Whether the quarterback keeps it or he throws it over to the running back. And I think it's just going to be a long day for the Spartans.
That's right. Spartans are struggling in run defense, giving up over 5 yards of carry on the ground. Oh boy, that's tough here when you face the Air Force. So Javon here, San Jose State is taking Air Force lane the 6 against San Jose State. This one will have a start time here of, hang on, let me get the graphic. It's an old school graphic here, Javon. 7:30 Eastern time, FS1. All right, Javon, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. Of course, we got lots going on tonight here, of course, with the Major League Baseball. 14 games on the board, 4 from college football. We also have a big weekend coming up with the college football and every NFL team in action. What do you have going over at the site?
Yeah, for tonight's action, I only got one play in the mix. My take flight Friday total beat down, my top total of the night. Didn't want to take any baseball. Once football is on the slate, I forget about baseball real quick. But that's neither here nor there. You can also check me out on my 3-day, my 7-day, my 30-day, all my yearly passes. Long term, with me in the past, you already know what it is. I'm here to get you money, and I've done so. So, that's where it's at. You can also match me up with one of the other handicappers for the 2-for-1 cap promotional. It's all here, sports chat plates and pick dogs. Let's get it.
Let's get it indeed. Get on board with Javon Burks over at Pick Dogs. Premium. Fantastic handicapper here on the site, so get on board. Long-term pass will serve you well. Remember that 3, 7, or 30 all sports pass. Get on board. He's got that Fire Pack pass up there right now, 3-day pass, and of course he's already got some Saturday college football up on the board. The high noon kickoff on that 3-pack, because Javon likes to spread those plays up over those start times: 3 Eastern, 3:30 Eastern, 6, 7 p.m. Eastern time. So keep an eye there. Even when these games kick off at high noon, keep an eye on the site, because Javon's usually in action heavily, right, on college football.
Absolutely. So no less than 12 plays, anywhere from 12 to 16 for this college football Saturday. That's a guaranteed fact. So, and once Sunday rolls around, I'm gonna have another 5 to 7. So probably just gonna whittle it down to 5 or 7 games, or 5 games rather. From the 7 that I have that I really like. So, that's what I have for the weekend.
That's right,
so
guys.
If you want action, man, here I am.
There you are. And, of course, the Jay didn't waste any time. So I think you're ready to roll here on the weekend as well?
Oh, yeah. I'm here for the weekends, too. I wasn't planning on it, but if I'm called upon, I'm going to do it.
That's right. Jay says, don't worry about it. I'm going to have you on I'm going to make room for Javon. So you can catch Javon on the weekend show. All right, Javon, great to have you back. Have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you next week.
Absolutely. You have a great Friday, and see you on Monday.
See you on Monday. Javon Burks here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on. Guys, you ever miss a pick? We always recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Up next, we have Brian Bittler. You can catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring in Brian out right now. Ready to roll with Brian Bittler. I think we're set to go here with Brian. Brian, how's everything going?
I'll tell you what, always great being with you on a Friday night. Glad to see Jovan back, one of my favorite handicappers. Definitely a great guy, and hopefully, I think there's going to be a lot of sad people in Tallahassee, but we'll see how that goes. I'm really looking forward.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were talking about that one earlier, right? Yeah. You don't think it's going to go?
Yeah, I wish I would have went on after Brad. I would have went at him a little bit.
We'll see how that goes. Yeah, there's some interest there, but here's one tonight. We're going to the Mountain West, CBS Sports Network here, late night game, 10:30 Eastern time. Brian's going to keep you up at night. I'm sure when he's square dancing, he's going to make sure that bartender can find this network, can find this channel. So it's while he's dancing with a drink in hand and one eye on the TV. Boise State and San Diego State going head to head. We see Boise laying 6 here. We see the total 47.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to go with the Boise State Broncos on the road minus the points. I think this line should really tell you how bad the Aztecs are this season, and really the Mountain West in general. Boise, though, has had a very hard schedule to start, matching up with Washington Huskies on the road, one of the best teams in college football, and then the home opener versus UCF, where UCF walked it off with a field goal with 3 seconds left. I think you're going to see a very motivated Broncos team tonight as they look to beat this Aztecs team down like they did last season, 35-13. San Diego State does have 2 wins, but that was against the Ohio Bobcats and Idaho State. Boise has covered 3 of the last 5 between these two teams. I think we're going to see a high-scoring game, and the Boise State Broncos take this game by 10 tonight. I'm going to take Boise State, lay the points.
All right, Brian says go ahead and take Boise State laying the 6 here against San Diego State. And, of course, this Boise State program, they're going into the Big 12, and, it's concern here is about the level of play that we've seen the last couple of years here with this Boise State team. It just hasn't been. They haven't looked like that, like this team of the past over a couple seasons.
Yeah, they haven't looked like the team that they used to look in the past. But I think Boise State, I think they're poised to get their program really on the map in a big time way. I think they maybe just need the right coach in there to get things going for them. But I think they got a great matchup tonight with San Diego State. I mean, San Diego State was another team over the past couple of years that had a solid squad, but they've fallen off a little bit this season, I think.
Yeah, the passing defense. But, of course, as you said, playing against those passing teams is going to make the stat sheet look ugly.
I mean, you used to see like 13-9, 17-12 games with San Diego State, but I think this one's going to be the total opposite of that. I think you're going to see a shootout here.
Yeah, they're trying to air it out a little bit more, maybe because they were playing from behind. I don't know. Usually I think if they're ahead, they're usually more conservative, but they were playing from behind here in a lot of those games. And we'll see how that rolls here. Brian here on Boise State laying the 6 here against San Diego State. This would have a start time here at 10:30 Eastern time. You can watch this one over on CBS Sports Network. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, we do have action on the board here tonight from Major League Baseball. 14 games remaining, 4 from college football. Monster card. I think there's over 60 games altogether this week in college football. What do you have going over at the site?
Definitely going to be a big weekend for me. Last Saturday went 3-2 in college football. Going to try to get a lot better than that this weekend. But tonight I got my Friday Titanium playing college football. You get that over at pickdogs.com for just that'll get you my best bet. Also have a Friday late play in college football and my Major League Baseball easy money. And then on to Saturday where I got my ACC game of the month. That's my play with Florida State and Clemson. And then my big one, my Pac-12 game of the year, goes off tomorrow, $30 over at pickdogs.com. And that's my favorite play in the card, so make sure everybody check that out.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Brian Baylor over at Pick Dogs. You see the great results here in Major League Baseball. He's doing great work over at the site. If you happen to notice some of his plays up there from all the major sports, of course, they're all documented. So you can go over and visit Brian's handicapper page and actually go and pay a visit to the major sports that he covers, and it's been fantastic work from Brian. So get on board right now. Of course, as we talk now, we all know the popularity here of this 3-8 pass here on the weekend. So good time to get on board with Brian with a long-term pass and use the promo code PICK at checkout, and you'll save that 15% off. All right, Brian, as always, great having your show. To that great success. We'll catch up with you next week. Of course, we'll look forward to you. I know you make those appearances on occasion here on the weekend shows.
Definitely going to be there both days this weekend. Tomorrow, giving out a big play on the morning show. I wanted to give out Temple over Miami, but I changed my mind on that one. I didn't want to razz Mitch too much. But I'll be hanging out with all my good friends tomorrow morning, and make sure you guys tune in and check it out.
Yeah, guys, make sure you tune in, check it out here. We're looking at some of the lines here. If there's been any movement here, there's some talk about this Commanders game. We'll look at it and see more about later. But anyway, guys, just right. Check out Brian there on the weekend shows, and you never know what you get. You get some plays from Brian. All right, Brian, have a great night, weekend. We'll catch up with you again next week.
We'll catch you next week, Tony. You have a good weekend.
You as well, Brian Bittler here on the drive-thru. Guys, you ever miss a pick, we recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. All right, I was trying to look at some of the lines here because we got a lot of peripheral action to get to tonight as, of course, we get into the next round of the WNBA playoffs. But we got baseball as well on the board, so let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Up next, we got Rod Zawacki. Catch him over at Pick Dodge Rim. Very good to us here on the drive-thru. We'll bring him in right now. What's going on, Rod? What's happening?
Not too much. Getting ready for this big loaded action of football this weekend. Been rolling right along. Football's been good to us, so continue to start the year just like it's been good to you. So
that's right, yeah. Rod's on my heels.
Can't complain.
Can't
right on your heels.
Yeah, on my heels.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
1 and 2 in college football.
That's right. Rod and I, you think about it.
So,
there you go.
Let's keep that stuff rolling. Keep it rolling.
1-1 Capper promotion. There you go. College football. There you roll here. Here we go tonight. Big series here. Mariners and Rangers here. There's a lot to settle in this AL West. We see the Rangers favored -126, total 9.5.
Yeah, and you look at this one here. You see the Rangers are favored for a good reason. Bryce Miller's getting the start, and sure, he's had his ups and downs this season. His last 3, he's 0-1 with a 3.52 ERA, so not bad. On the road, 3-3 with a 4.58 ERA. Dane Dunning gets a start here for the Rangers, and he's 1-0 with a 6.6 ERA over his last 3, so he's definitely given up some runs as well. But you look at Miller, last time he faced Texas, he went 2.1 innings, gave up 7 earned runs over those 2.1 innings. And this Texas offense is definitely wielding the hotter bats over the last 10 games, hitting 269, which equates to 6.5 runs over the last 9, while Seattle's bats only hitting 224, which equates to 3.3 runs over the last 9. But Texas bullpen, always an issue here. They're north of 5 ERA. Seattle with the better bullpen, 2.3 ERA. I like the over in this game. I think 9.5. The last 2 games we've seen, one was 15, the other was 22 runs. So I think we get a whole pile of runs, and I think we can see 5-6 lead changes before this is all said and done. I would lean to Texas to get the win in this one, but I think the better play is the over 9.5. It opened at 9, all the way up to 9.5. I think we get into the double digits in runs. I think the over. Mariners, Rangers.
All right, we got Rod here on the Mariners. Rangers going over the total here of 9 runs in this one. Yeah, pretty big appearance here. Dunning, we'll see how he handles the pressure. Kind of a young starter here, actually trying to solidify his role in the rotation. Remember, he was just a reliever because he really had struggles pitching on the road. Improved that earlier this season. But we know with the Rangers, it's funny, we talk about the bullpen, right? They had that one good stretch after the All-Star break. Their bullpen was hot for a couple weeks, and it resorted back to what it was.
Right? It did. They hit that one stretch where it was like, holy, look at this, where we thought Texas was turning things around. That bullpen was playing lights out. They were playing lights out. They started to turn things around here right at the right time. But that bullpen's still going to be an issue, sporting a 5 ERA over the last 10 still. Still, you got to sweat it out. If you've got the Rangers in the lead going in late, coming into those late innings, you definitely sweat it out, still trying to get the Rangers home because you know that bullpen is going to make you sweat.
Yeah, or sometimes they win the game twice. You know, they fall behind, they have a big lead, fall behind late, right? and then they walk it off.
And then walk it off late, for you. The Bats offense comes back and saves the bullpen and gets you a win. We've seen that many times this season. That's why I don't want to sweat that. I'll just sweat the total. I think you get this by the 5th inning.
So, yeah, that's right. That's right. But they're going over here, over total of 9, and the smart money is with you there on that one because we're seeing a 9 at the sharpest book in the world right now. And let's take a look here if where else the money is at on this one. If it's just the sharp book here that has it at 9, let me pull up my screen. 9.5s. No, I'm seeing 9s. There are still 9s out there in the marketplace. So do your line shopping, get the best number, no doubt about that. But the sharpest book is moving this one to the 9.5 right now. So make sure you guys do. Interesting, Rod. A week ago we had a discussion. I don't know if you remember it. You should. I'm gonna. About a week ago, Wednesday, we were looking at the schedule, and I made a note. I think we were looking at the Padres, and don't count any team out until it's over. And we said the San Diego Padres are due to win 16 of their next 18. What have they done since, Rod?
They won 8. They're 8-2 in their last 10, and rolling right along. Winners of 7 straight, trying to make it 8 straight tonight. That's what we're talking about. It's like, watch out, the Padres can start. They're stretching down here. They could get some wins. We looked in those 2 series. They beat Oakland, beat the Rockies, and now heading into the series tonight, man, watch out! Here they come.
Cardinals and the Giants are. I mean, they're picking teams at the right time right now.
Yeah, exactly. Picking up teams that are slumping, and they're just picking them off one by one, and just when you thought they were dead, here they come. They're back to life. And,
yeah, because remember, as we talked about, there's two subsets when you go to contenders. You have your division winners. You compete for a pennant. These are your elite teams, 90+ wins, some 100. Then you have your wild card contenders who are just around 500. So just pretty much average or below average teams, right?
Right, exactly, and they're getting hot at the right time. Just think if they sneak in, I wouldn't want to be facing.
Oh yeah, that's the thing there. And remember, the Cardinals did something very similar to this a few years ago, right?
A few years ago, yeah, they came in and that same streak streaked themselves right into the postseason. I think they won a wild card too, and right on to get into that next series too. So I heard the morning show talking about we need this extra wild card game because I heard that Monday's not so good. That one day coming up where we got the Giants on another Monday nighter.
No, I know.
We got to suffer through watching the Giants again. Oof.
We got to suffer through that one. I know. We got to suffer. All right, Rod. It's time to get some peripheral action. We got a lot of stuff on the board. A lot of time here too. So let's get to the WNBA as we get into the conference finals now. We'll start off here on Sunday. It's going head to head with the NFL. it's tough. Yeah. Going head to head with the NFL here. 1 Eastern time has Sun and Liberty here. We see Liberty laying 7, total 314.
Yeah, and you look at this one, I would lay it with the Liberty here in this one. The Suns had to play 3 games to get through their series, while the Liberty are sitting here rested, chomping at the bit, ready to go to beat the Suns, and I think they do it handily in this game 1. I would lay the 8. I think they win by double digits. Do the Liberty over the Suns.
All right, Liberty there and Suns, and of course here we go here in the game here at 5 Eastern time. It's again going against the NFL here. ESPN2 has Wings and Aces. You're going to see the double digits here in this series here. Aces 10, total 174.5.
Yeah, and you look at the Aces, they handled their first round series, no issues there whatsoever. But you know what? I think this Wings team, they're going to come out and be scrappy. Do the Aces get the win? I'm sure the Aces do get the win in this one, but I'm going to take the Wings plus the points. I think the Aces win by 4 or 5, and the Wings give them a little bit of scare in this game 1.
All right, there you go in game 1 here in this one. All right, Rob, we go peripherals tonight. We got 2 on the board from the CFL, Rough Riders and Redbacks. We see Rough Riders laying about 1.5, 2. The lines are all over the place here, total 47.5.
Yeah, lines are all over the place with the Saskatchewan game. You look, Saskatchewan's dominated Ottawa over the last 4 meetings between these two teams head to head, including the one earlier this season. It was a 2-point win. That's why it's sitting at 2. But you look at this Red Blacks team, and they're losers of 7 straight and losing by an average of 3 points. So if you can get 2 with Saskatchewan, take it. I think Saskatchewan continues the streak of beating up Ottawa and hands them their 8th straight loss. Take Saskatchewan in that one.
Saskatchewan there. Okay, we go BC Lions. And the Elks are back home. And BC
fans are back home.
6.5, total 49.5.
With our 2-game winning streak on the line here are the Elks at home here at Commonwealth. And you know what? They played BC twice this year, and they've been shut out in both of those games. Did they get shut out in this one? I don't think so. Not with the quarterback they got going at the helm, and this Elks offense starting to turn things up, averaging about 30 points a game over the last few games with Ford at the helm. And this defense stepping up a little bit, still not as good. I like the over here as the play. I think we get a whole pile of runs, and I would take the Elks plus that boatload of points. I think it comes down to who's got the ball last and who can kick that field goal late. So take the points you can get with the Elks and the over. I think both offenses come to shine in this one on Friday night in Edmonton. Nice sunny day. Tonight. It's going to be a nice one. Nice full day in Edmonton for a football game. So definitely.
I think we're hitting fall pretty soon. We're hitting fall. The fall colors, leaves will start changing colors. So here we go tomorrow, 1 Eastern time. Alouettes and Stampeders. Alouettes point and a half on the road, total 48.
Yeah, and you look at Calgary at home this season. They haven't been the greatest. 2-4 at home this season. Where Montreal on the road 3-3. And you know what? This Montreal running game, I think they'll be able to take advantage of Calgary's weak defense against the run, and they'll be able to control the ball. Montreal's got 2 running backs in Steinbach in the backfield that will be able to run the ball and control this game. And I like Montreal here in this one over Calgary. Take Montreal.
I'll try that. 4 Eastern time, Hamilton at Toronto. The Argos laying about 9.5, total 50.
Yeah, right? This looks like a boatload of points to me. Toronto is 5-0 at home, 11-1 in the season, 9-3 against the number. They are the best team in the CFL this season. By far, I'd have to lay it with Toronto, lay the 9.5. I don't think Hamilton's going to be able to keep up scoring with Toronto in this one. I think Toronto easily wins by 2 touchdowns plus.
All right, people see the
They are
cap.
by far the better team.
People see the cap. They're asking here. Broncos at Dolphins. Dolphins up from an opener of 7 down to 6.5. The total 48.
And you know what? I think the Dolphins win the game. Broncos get the cover.
Wow.
I think it's a 3-point game. I think it comes down to who wins the field goal. Some numbers came to my attention that teams. It's kind of funny. This is you look at the Denver. They played their first 2 games at home. This is their first actual road game. Where the Dolphins have played their first 2 games on the road. This will be their first home game. And if you're on Twitter, you should check out Big Al. Big Al sent a little trend and sent it saying that teams that have played 2 games on the road and then having to play their first road game, this is the first time this has happened. Well, the home team is like 1-11 ATS in the 12 meetings, and that dates back, I believe, all the way back to 1980. So
yeah.
Those numbers, this doesn't happen very often that the NFL schedules 2 teams on the road to start the year, 2 teams at home. This type of situation doesn't happen a whole lot, but when it does, it doesn't favor the home team.
Well, you know why, right? Because people complain about playing in Miami in September, right? They complain about
right,
it too much.
Yeah. So it's not as cool. So I would be leaning to Denver plus the points.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Any other game there, Rod, that gets your attention here? We're seeing some of the home dogs. We're seeing the Commanders getting 6.5. There aren't a whole lot of home dogs this year. A lot of home favorites on this card. We know the Jets are home dogs of 2.5. We'll focus here on the home dogs, and not a whole lot of home dogs. Of course, the Cardinals are a big dog here, 13 here at home against Dallas. I think that's a tricky spot for the Dallas Cowboys, and of course now the Raiders have become favorite at home. So just a couple of home dogs here on this weekend's card.
There is a couple home dogs. So you know what? The one that's jumping on me is we've got the Jags here minus 8.5. It's down to now. I see it opened. It was at like 10, right now, and it's going to 9.5, and now it's at 8.5. I would take that 8.5. I don't think the Jags beat Houston. The history between those 2 teams playing each other is always a lot closer than the 8.5, and people seem to forget that. Houston, sure, they haven't been good to start the season, and how many times have we seen teams that haven't been so good to start the season all of a sudden come out of nowhere and have that one good game? Well, I think this is that game. I would lean to Houston plus that 8.5. I think it's too many.
I think the game is really intriguing. Are these Saints at the Packers coming off that Monday night game here? The Packers home here going to be laying a point in this one.
Right, there's another one. There's that thing that Packers played their first 2 games on the road to start the season. This will be their first. This will be their home opener. And you know what? The trend facing that team that is on those 2 is the road. I believe there's a number. Same thing. If you're on Twitter, check out Big Al, or go check out Big Al's website there and see. He's got an ad. He put up a little stat there that indicates that it says home teams haven't fared so well in these spots after 2 games on the road. They come home. We know what it's like. You've been on the road. Yeah. You get home. You get to relax. You can unpack your stuff. You finally get to relax. And now you got the hype of the home opener.
Well, here's another.
I might be going against Green Bay there at home.
Here's another situation here. Raiders and the Steelers. Steelers open up with 2 at home. Now hit the road. Raiders open up with 2 on the road. Now at home here. This one open pick'em. It's been steamed here to Raiders 2.5. I'm seeing a 3 now in a major book in Vegas, by the way.
Right? And for me, do you have that much faith in Jimmy G to get the job done with the Raiders? He's looking at the first couple, but can he continue that success? I don't know if I'd be wanting to put my money behind Jimmy G to continue that success.
3-point line move.
I think I'm going to have to fade the Raiders this week.
That's a lot. That's a significant line move from the open of Pick'em. That's a significant move there. And I'm seeing 3 in a very popular Vegas shop. And in a popular offshore spot right now, I'm seeing 3 in that game. So I mean, if it's 3, I'm going to be on the Steelers. There's no doubt about that.
Oh yeah, it was 3. Yeah, that is 3. I'm definitely be on the Steelers for sure.
Yeah, that is
home plus 3.
That is a Sunday night, but it's kind of weird, these Vegas teams, right, getting the money. I'm always worried that maybe they're right. That's what scares me about a game like that.
It's over. Can Jimmy G keep up what he's been doing with the Raiders, right? And that's it. That's the thing. Can they keep up what he's done in the first couple games? I don't know. I don't have the faith that he can do it.
Yeah,
I don't. I think it's time to fade him.
you can catch the hook with Tennessee. Tennessee's getting 3.5 here on the road at Cleveland.
Right? And see, I like Cleveland. I'm not worried about Tennessee on the road. I like Cleveland here. I think Ford comes in there with Chubb out. And Ford, when Chubb went out, he still ran for rushed for 16 attempts and still rushed for over 100 yards after Chubb went out in that game. So Ford in the backfield, you just keep having the ball, and that offensive line is still there. They're not hurt. They're still beasts and be able to push their way. They got him for 100 yards. I like the Browns. I think people are going to overreact, and they're going to remember and be like, "Oh, Chubb's out," and then jump on Tennessee. And I like the Browns to be like, "Hey, just with Chubb out, we still got a great, solid defense." Do the Browns team? So I like the Browns there.
The Browns here. Here's one here. Can the Patriots avoid that 0-3 start against the 1-1 Jets here? The Patriots laying 2.5 here on this Jets team as a road team.
And I think they can. I've seen a number where the Patriots just dominated the Jets. I think it's like 14-0 as a favorite against the Jets. I think are these Patriots. It's some crazy dominant number where they're just dominant. As long as Mac Jones secures the ball and doesn't throw some crazy passes, and as long as the Pats don't shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah. It's not one of those lines that they're begging you to take the 2.5. They're laying the 2.5. Usually they say if it's -2.5, you take the underdog, right?
That's what they say, right? Yeah. It's -2.5, take the underdog. Yeah.
But this one might hit 3 because we're seeing juice now 15. We're seeing -115, even -120 with the 2.5, which tells me that if you want the 2.5, you better get it now because I have a feeling this one's going to be 3 at the kickoff.
Right? It's looking that way that the Pats going to be 3 by kickoff. I would jump on that one now.
Yeah, you got to
jump.
It
looks like they're begging you to take the Jets at home. Begging. Yeah. Come on.
There you go, because that one's going to hit. That one is definitely going to hit the 3. I would assume. Anything catch your eyes here, Rye, with his college football card for tomorrow?
There's a couple things that catch my eye that I like here. Let's see one here that. I still like Army. I like this Army plus the 13. It's come down. It was at 13.5. It's at 13. I still, I think it was at 14 at points, but it's down to south of 2 touchdowns. I still like that. Army can throw the ball. They're not all one-dimensional on offense.
Yeah.
I think they can hang with Syracuse and keep it with inside the number there. The other one that I'm kind of looking at is I faded Troy last week and got a nice win. I gave that out. We took James Madison over Troy, and they won it outright.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at fading them again. Western Kentucky can run the ball, and they can keep up offensively with Troy. I think I might take a shot there with Western Kentucky to win it outright against Troy again.
Yeah, Troy. That's right. Troy that took that loss to James Madison. We know they were a monster in FCS and FBS. They've been playing pretty well. That's just after Virginia Cavaliers, and of course a game. They will do a game. I have a hard time handicapping. To me, this is one of the tougher games to cap. Is this Ohio State Notre Dame? Ohio State laying 3 on the road.
Right, and I've said it many times. Like, how many times are you going to get Ohio State laying the 3? Right, and it's like, is this line kind of light? Does it seem kind of light? It does seem a little bit kind of light to me, but I don't know. I'm going to have to lay with Ohio State. I think they. The way they looked last week, I think they come into this one, and I think the over might not be a bad play as well. I think both offenses shine in this one. We get fireworks as a shootout, but I think Ohio wins it in the end. I kind of like Ohio in that one.
We see quite a line move here with this UNLV team. They looked good against Vandy last week, but UNLV is going to be laying about. They were 2.5, but I see actually UTEP -1 to UNLV -1 in this one. UTEP did not look good, especially that game against Arizona last week.
Right? UTEP did not look good, and UNLV looked real good against Vandy. But why is that only? That line seems a little fishy. Shouldn't UNLV be at least a -4.5, maybe a -5? I think they're the better team when you look at it.
Well,
I don't know. I might take UTEP money line on that one.
The 3s are gone in this game. Colorado State at Middle Tennessee State. This is kind of like the the bad spot of the week game. Colorado State coming off the bye week, had that huge emotional game against Colorado. Finished late. It was like 2. They were doing the press conferences at 2 in the morning. It was a long game, overtime game. They actually had started late, right? Because of they agreed to start the game late, so everybody could watch the start of the game. And it was a big emotional loss. Colorado State blew the game. It was theirs to win, and they gave up the late touchdown, late 2-point conversion, lose it in overtime. They're going into Middle Tennessee State. It was 3, but now Middle Tennessee State has been bet up to 4. We haven't seen juice on that 4-point. They're moving this one up here.
They are moving that one up there, and I think they're moving it up with good reason. This is a tough spot for Colorado State to come into. We see that their defense can give up points quickly and in a hurry, and Middle Tennessee can score points quickly and in a hurry. And that was their Super Bowl for Colorado State last week. This is huge. The team will be deflated after. That's one of those that'll burn. It's you had them dead to rights, and look what happened. Tough finish for Colorado State. That one's going to sting. They're going to feel it this week. You know what? That's one of those ones. I think Middle Tennessee comes out and rolls them early. It's one of those first half bets I might take because I think they come out with Middle Tennessee's huge. And then can Colorado keep up the momentum, or do you just be like, fold it in again and be like, to get back up and motivated for this game is going to be tough for this Colorado State team.
Yeah, that's it.
But I think Norville can get him. Norville can get him up there. He can coach him up and say, "Hey, come on, boys. You guys look at the effort you guys put in last week against that Colorado team. You got a shot here this week. Yeah, it's I'm tough. Now that it's at 4.5, I'm tempted to go the other way, Tony.
Yeah, I love the 3. I have that game circled, but I don't like the line move to 4.5 now, and who knows, maybe more.
At
because
4.5, I'm tempted to take. I think Norville can coach him. You know what? I think you just talked me into taking the 4.5. I'm going to take Colorado State plus the 4.5.
There you go. Looking to go against the big move. This is the big sharp early line mover, bad spot of the week.
Yeah, the huge. Yeah,
I might say this might be the bad spot of the week because it's one of those under the radar games. It is the bailout special, midnight Eastern time. New Mexico State at Hawaii. Hawaii's laying 3 here, total 55.5. But this will be 3 straight road games for New Mexico State after coming off their rivalry win against New Mexico.
And doesn't it seem that it's just Hawaii play there? Man, I would not want to be the Hawaii team. We go from Hawaii back to the mainland, to Hawaii to the mainland, to Hawaii to the mainland. That's gotta wear on you after week by week traveling from Hawaii to the mainland. I would take Hawaii in this one.
All right.
Tough spot for New Mexico.
We'll take one here from the chat here. This is an interesting one. App State here at Wyoming. Peasley doesn't look like he's going to play. App's using a backup quarterback who actually looked pretty good, believe it or not. App State on the road getting 2 here. Wyoming laying 3 at home here. Low total about 43.5.
Yeah, for me, I like the under there. I think with using that backup quarterback, I think points are going to come at a premium. Lower scoring one. I like the under there.
Another
Normally
game.
App State, one of those high scoring ones that they usually score lots and in bunches, but I think we're going to run it a little more this week and we get it under.
A lot of people got burned going against Nevada last week, right? Look, too easy, laying the 28. It never came close to covering, right? Kansas covered. Here's a game that with a similar profile, right? Kent State looks like trash. Fresno State looks good. They're going to be laying 27, 28.5. Is this one of those games that people are going to get trapped into, laying the big point spread here with Fresno against Kent?
Right. I laid it with Fresno last week, but 28, that's too much for me. I would have to lean. If you gave me a free bet, I would take Kent State plus the 28. This is a game that I'm definitely going to stay away from. I think Fresno wins this game, but by 28, do they really want to be pushing it to try to blow out Kent State? You look at the Flashes, 2-1 ATS. They can definitely cover this number. That's definitely a number I do not want to be laying with Fresno State. 3 last week, sure, I'll lay 3. Not with this one. I would go with the Flashes.
This has a look of Kansas, Nevada.
Yeah, right.
That's what it has a look of. But this is a game that has a look of Colorado State game. This is the ESPN game at that 10:30 Eastern time. I think this is going to be a real good game. Cal at Washington. Washington, big favorite, laying 20 here, total 59.5.
That's huge, right? And Cal's been pretty good at spots at covering. I've taken them a couple times this year, and they've got some covers for us in some spots. So I was looking at that one. It's on my list of circled over here that I'm definitely going to have to circle around and double check on it. That I've got Cal plus the points on my big giant list I showed you guys. It was like, see, big giant list.
Look at that. There you go. That's what Ryan has his list around there. And of course, here's the USC is going to be laying a bundle. Arizona State 8 turnovers last week. I think their pine's coming back. It's looked pretty dismal
34?
here. 34 and a half, total 62 now. Yep.
That's not enough. That's not enough points. Why does this have a feeling of 56-0 or something? Maybe 56-7. I'll give Arizona. They can get one. I'll give them a touchdown. Other than that, I think USC runs them over.
All right.
I'll lay the points with USC there.
We had this covered last week, but this is another spot here. BYU in a back-to-back road game at Kansas here. Kansas up to now 9.5 here against BYU at home with a total of 54.5.
And BYU, they looked good last week, right? They got the big upset win and played some great football. And now you got this big line here and with Kansas. But you know what? I would lay it with Kansas. I think they are the better team. I think this is a huge letdown spot for BYU. I like Kansas in this spot. Anything south of 10, within 9.5, I like it. I think Kansas wins by 10 plus. I would lay the 9.5 there. I think they could run the ball, dominate time of possession, keep it out of BYU's hands, and get the win.
Sooners are going to be laying. This is the high noon kickoff, the big one on Fox in the morning. Oklahoma at Cincinnati. The Sooners going to be laying 14, total 57.5.
Right, and that line hasn't moved much, and we've said that line just seems all fishy to me. You know what? I'm not going to take the hang and low fruit there. I would take the Cincinnati plus the 14. For some reason, it seems like, why is it only 14? Why? It was like Cincinnati was favored by 14 last week. They didn't cover. They didn't cover that, and now they're getting 14. And now it's too many people going to jump Oklahoma. I'll take Cincinnati plus the points in that one.
North Carolina at Pitt. We know North Carolina has that really good quarterback. Pitt's offense, man, it's been brutal here. But laying 7.5 on the road are the Tar Heels with a total of 50.
Yeah, and I would lay the Tar Heels. I think they went by 10 plus easily in this one. Pitt did look awful, and they won't be able to keep up scoring with the Tar Heels in that one.
They lost at home to Cincinnati. That was another one that we saw recently, right? Cincinnati with that big plus price. And the big one, the high noon kickoff here, Florida State and Clemson. We heard Brad talk about it. We're seeing this one here now with opened at a pick'em. We now see Florida State favored 1.5 and 2 with a total of 55.
Right, and we've seen Florida State almost lose to Boston College last week. They just hung on and squeaked that one out. So I'm now going. This is a tough spot here. You know what? I might be leaning to Clemson here in this one to get the win. You figure, okay, it was a look ahead spot. That Florida State last week was looking ahead to this game. I don't know. Maybe this Florida State team isn't as good as what people are thinking there.
This has been a house of horrors here for UCLA. UCLA going into Utah. If you look at the past results, they've been absolutely blown off the field here. But of course, the quarterback situation here for Utah. But UCLA using a young quarterback here. Utes here laying 3.5 here with a total of 52.
Yeah, and that seems. You know what? I would go with I like UCLA in that one. Utah's been winning some games and just been scraping by, winning some really close games at the end there. And I think they missed their QB. Starting QB in this one. I think he that without him in this one, I like UCLA in that one. I think they get the job done.
And we're talking about James Madison, so they're getting some respect now on the line here, laying 4.5 at Utah State. Utah State is going to make a change at quarterback.
Yeah, I heard that Utah State is going to change up the quarterback, and that's a tough spot. I would go with JMU there. I think JMU wins by 7 plus. You don't have to lay more than a touchdown.
We'll take one last. We'll get one last here from the chat. Minnesota and Northwestern. We kind of talked to Shane about this one. Minnesota's having a difficulty at that quarterback because they just can't get an accurate guy back there. But Minnesota laying a bundle 11 on the road here against Northwestern.
And you look, Minnesota got down. Didn't they get down last week early, and then they came back? I don't know. This is a tough spot here. This Northwestern team is not the same Northwestern team we've seen over the last couple of years as well. So this is one I'm definitely not running and rushing to the window to bet, but I would have to lay with Minnesota.
It looks like must get out here for Virginia tonight, so they're going to go with their backup tonight. So must get out is the official word there in that game. All right, Rod.
Word is out.
He's out. So we got Rod's play here. Mariners, Rangers over 9 tonight's baseball. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for nice action. Great results over the last 7 days. 1,177 units of profit. All sports combined here for Rod. College football, number 2. Document over at Pick Dog's been an awesome start. What do you have going over the site?
And over at the site, I got 3 plays, 2 in college football and 1 MLB play. Absolutely love. It's Steak Friday. You can get all 3 of those plays in my Steak Friday package. Or you can get my one college play up singly. No, I have both college plays up singly. One's my 10-star play of the day. But it's that time. I'm going to have at least 7 plays tomorrow in college football and probably another 5 in NFL in the week. So grab that 3-day pass. Join me for the weekend. You see we've been on fire. 14, 6, and 2 the last 22 football plays. So jump aboard or use that 2-for-1 capper deal. Take advantage of 2 cappers. Find 2 hot cappers and ride us and let us make you some money. Pair me up with Tony, and we got 1 and 2 in college football. Definitely make you some money this weekend.
That's right, guys. Got aboard with Rod Zwacky over at Pick Dog. You see the great results here. 1,177 units of profit. Long-term pass the way to go. A lot of you guys like to buy that 3-day pass on the weekend because we got to get the plays in early, so you even get Monday in there as well. So get that Monday night game from Rod with that 3-day all-sports pass. Use that promo code PICK to save that 15% off. All right, Rod, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great weekend. We'll catch up with you next week on the drive-thru, but we'll see you here on the morning show tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely tune into the morning show. It goes earlier than normally, so it'll be we do 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Yeah. 9:30 a.m. Eastern time does the college football show go, and we've added a new face to it, so Jovan Burks will be there as well. So definitely tune in, and it'll be even longer than it normally is. But hey, we'll get to some more, so tune in, like, subscribe. That way you get notified when all that content that we got going on here at Pink Dogs gets released. So you don't miss out on any of it. So. Because there's so much, too many to mention all what's going on. Tony will attempt it after on the recap. Definitely tune in to hear that, because I don't want to leave anybody else.
That's right. There's a lot. There's a lot.
There's a lot of content. So like and subscribe. That way you get notified, and you get the best of the numbers with all the Big Dog Cappers.
That's right. Get them when they're giving out. Get the plays when they're giving out, so you get the best numbers. All right, Rod. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the segments tomorrow, and Sunday we'll catch up with you again on the drive-thru on Monday.
Yeah, you as well, Tony. Take care. Good luck this weekend, and we'll catch you on Monday.
You got it. Rod Zwacky here on the drive-thru. Let's continue out here on the show, guys. Let's get to the recap, and we'll put all the plays up there. We'll get to mine as well. Let's put the recap up. We had Jay on the Phillies run line, laid the run half, minus 120, plus 122 against the Mets. Brad, NC State, laid the 8.5 against Virginia. Javon was on the Force. The Force be with you. Laid the 6 here against San Jose. Brian was on Boise, laying the 6 against San Diego State. Rod on the Mariners, Rangers over 9. I'm on the Red Sox, White Sox over 9. That one in 10 minutes from now. Which one do I like the best out of these? Let me double check some notes on this one here. I'm pretty sure I know which one it is. I just want to verify if that's the way I want to roll with it here. Yes, that's the one favorite I like. There's that Air Force laying the 6. So I'm there with Jovan on the Air Force laying the 6. All right, let's get to my pick here, guys. You guys know that I'm going to be on the Red Sox and White Sox to go over the total in that game. And why not? Let's go ahead and just get the game card up there. We'll go ahead and adjust that to the right game here. This one here starts at about 10 minutes. We're definitely gonna go over the total in this one between the White Sox. Red Sox are pretty much out of it. This is I think they must win out, and all pretty much the contenders in front of them lose out, so they're pretty much out of the playoff picture as we speak. But still, in this one. It's our friend Took It to Sant, right? He's on the board here for the White Sox. ERA of over 5.5. Sale is in poor form right now. Allowed 15 runs in his past 5 starts, working 24 innings. The White Sox bullpen over the past 10 games, an ERA of 7. The Red Sox approaching 5. The Red Sox have been 62 and 45 of the over, facing right-handed starters this season. That's a plus 11.5 unit return. And at home, the Red Sox hit the ball well at 285. We'll go over 9 here between these Red Sox and the White Sox. All right, guys, check out Pick Dog Stream right now. On the board right now, I have a 3-pack for you right now, bundled with my best bet. I also have my best bet from college football is sold standalone. I am number 1 unit leader over at Pick Dogs right now in college football. So my college football play is available right now, $19 premium. So go ahead and get signed up for that, or it's bundled in a 3-pack with 2 other baseballs. So don't buy them both. Either buy the 3-pack that's with my college football best bet with 2 baseball, or the standalone college football best bet. So get on over and get signed up. All right, we got the recap out of the way. We're all set to roll here, so we'll get you ready for the weekend. This is going to do it here for this edition of the Drive-Thru. We'll be back again here on Monday live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers from Big Dogs and Sports Chat plays. We'll get out the place right here in real time. Don't forget, it always gets started. Morning show on the weekends. We have to start earlier now because we got a boatload of cappers now on the show. 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you guys tune into it. Jay is the host there. Mitch will help behind the scenes as well, so you guys tune in. And of course, we also have a lot of video series up here. We got college football rundown from Ron Romanelli. His baseball boy, Romanelli is going to have a big night tonight. Baseball rundown, college football rundown, and then of course Jay with his NFL rundown as well. Don't forget Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. Betting tool shows his roundtable discussions up there. We've got Chris with his home run prop video as well. We got Brad with his parlay video, Nick Menken with his Nerfies Yerfies. We also have much more coming in. Don't forget that UFC rundown with Mills, his prop videos as well. Brad with his parlay video. Boy, the numbers go up and down. Brian with his take it to the bank play as well. There's a lot of content here, guys, over on the channel. So make sure you guys like and subscribe and set those notifications. Again, when these videos drop, you want to get them right away to get the best numbers. All right, I'd like to thank everybody here for their contributions in the chat, your game suggestions as well. We're able to get through it with Rod. I'd like to thank Rod again for his contributions. Again, always here on the Drive-Thru, a lot of content from Rod. We got you the CFL, got you WNBA. Of course, you can rewind to get those picks. And of course, we had a really good segment in NFL and college football. So give it another listen to help you out with your handicapping. All right, that's going to do it here for the show. Let's bring in our cappers for tonight. Anyway, goodbye, guys. You guys have a great afternoon, evening. We'll catch up with you again